One of the ways to protect real property when it comes to estates are life estate deeds. Now, when you have a deed to a house, there are different ways that it can be what they call titled, or hear someone say that they have title to a property. All that means is who owns the property. Now, you could own it by tenants by the entirety, which just means it's a husband and wife owning it. That is all that it means. And if the husband passes away, the house is 100% the wife's, and vice versa. Joint tenants is very similar, except you're not married. That's pretty much the biggest difference is that the two or more people that own the property are not married, and if one passes away, it's 100% the others, and vice versa. Tenants in common is where things get really sticky, where if you have a piece of real property and you own it with, person A owns it with person B as tenants in common, when person A passes away, their share goes into their estate and to whomever their distributees or beneficiaries are. And same thing with person B, their share goes to their estate. So then you have people probably that have never even met owning real estate together, and it can really muddy the waters. With a life estate deed, this happens a lot, with husband and wives adding their children on to their real property. What that means is you're adding your children as what are called remaindermen. So you as the current owners, you retain ownership of the property, but your kids are given a future interest in that property. So um it technically takes it out of your name, but you have every right to be there, live there. They can never evict you. As long as you and your children sign off, you can get a mortgage on the property. That is the one downside of a life estate deed is if you sell the property during your lifetime, whoever you added on as a remainderment has to sign off on that property being sold. And that's just because they do have a future interest, and title companies want to make sure that everyone has signed off so that nobody can come back and claim the property later. A big plus of life estate deeds is it starts the 5-year clock on um, the Medicaid look back period. So if you're going into any sort of assisted living, senior living, and you need government assistance, there is a 5-year look back period on your assets. And life estate deeds start that 5-year clock. So even though you still have, um, the house is technically your asset, it does start taking that out of what the government aid would look at in order to get you the maximum amount of aid available, if that's something that you qualify for. Um, Also, upon your passing, whoever you name as a remainderment automatically is the owner of the property. Nothing else needs to be filed. Um, when you do the life estate deed, you file the deed, and that is it. Nothing else has to happen. And upon your passing, whoever the remainderment is can move in if they want, sell it if they want. It is 100% theirs, and they can do with it as they please. Um, and going back to that 5-year clock, it does allow you to maintain some control over the asset while having that clock starting to tick. Whereas trusts, you have a lot less control.